a successful lean bulk. I started 135 days ago at 77.8 kilograms and I'm currently morning weight of 90 kilograms. So I just wanted to share some tips and some experience that I've learned along the way, and also some areas where I think I could have improved on and done a little bit better. So yeah, just to recap, it has been a really successful lean bulk. I haven't gained too much fat and I'll show you guys those photos. I've gone from a size S to a size L, and that's really been the best part, because when I was size S, I think a lot of clothes didn't fit me, a lot of styles didn't fit me, because like my frame is actually pretty small. Like I have pretty narrow shoulders, and when I was wearing more like street style baggier t-shirts, it just looked really funny. They were like hanging off me, but ever since I got bigger, my shoulders got broader, my entire frame, like I filled up my frame much better, and clothes fit way better. I can say that I definitely feel a lot more confident. I guess I wasn't really unconfident to begin with, but it's just like natural. It's just added confidence. Like when wearing clothing, going shopping, definitely feel like clothes fit me way better. Same as legs as well. I just feel like more in proportion. Before I felt like my head was too big, shoulders were too narrow, body was too small. But yeah, I feel like it's pretty in proportional now, which has been awesome. What other benefits? I mean, girlfriend likes it, obviously. I notice like I get more attention when I go out. Is that a good thing? I wouldn't say respect, but I guess like people that see you and see that transformation, the way they treat you is a little bit different. Like they respect the process that you've gone through and the consistency, like they respect the discipline, I guess. I've had a lot of people ask me on Instagram and my social media like how I've done it, and like I'm really happy to share. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask anything, because yeah, it's been a really good journey. It has been successful. I'm really happy with the progress. There's still heaps and heaps to learn, and I've learned a lot, like more than I could probably share in like a short video. So if you guys have any questions, then yeah, feel free to ask. You can also hit me up on my Instagram. It's dwoo_fit. Okay, so let's begin. Technique and form is so key. I think as a noob, it's really important to learn technique and form. So either going to a personal trainer or going for a powerlifting course, like learning how to move from A to B in the most efficient way. That's so important, because also like range of motion and like tightness, like if you're tight and you're still trying to lift like really heavy weights, you're gonna set yourself up for injury in the future for sure. So learning how to lift things properly, like the right technique, the right form is so crucial, I think, and that really helped me, because we went to a powerlifting course when I first started, and because of that, like this process, I haven't had any injuries. I feel really good with my lifts because I learned just like little subtle techniques, like, you know, when you deadlift, chest proud, having it in the midfoot, things like that. When you squat, you know, keeping your back tight, you know, bring your knees out, having knees and toes aligned, like that's so important. For a lot of people that are just like going to a program without learning correct technique and form, or not willing to pay for those classes, like I urge you, like do it. It's the best investment you ever have, because if you're just like learning from videos, you won't necessarily have a coach looking at you and saying, oh, you know, like you're doing a butt wink, or your hips are too far out, or your knees are pinching in. That's so important, because if you're doing the wrong technique and you're lifting heavy loads, you're bound to get an injury, and that is going to set you back. You might as well, you know, pay a short fee, like, you know, do like a month or do a group class if it's something cheaper, and just learn how to do the lifts properly, because it will really help with your progress down the road. And then what I learned about being a natural lifter that's different to the guys that are on juice, because I do want to be a natural for, I guess, forever. I want to stay natural, is that the way our bodies work and the way our bodies recover to the stimulus of exercise is very different to how people do on steroids. And what I learned, just gonna go straight into it, I learned a lot of this from like Leroy Colbert, Jason Blaha, I think Brandon Carter's channel is really good as well as Omar and Student Aesthetics, all those guys. But basically, protein synthesis, as soon as you stimulate a muscle, it starts growing. Protein synthesis occurs for 36 to 48 hours, and then after that, it stops growing. During that time, while it's growing, nutrition is really key. So making sure you hit your calories, getting those macros right, proteins, carbs, fats. And then once it stops growing, try to hit it again. So one of the mistakes that I did was I was doing splits a while ago, and I was hitting it like once a week, or I was hitting it like maybe once every 4 days, which is, I mean, it works for some people, because at least you're hitting it 2 times a week. But since I switched over to full body workouts and I'm hitting it more frequently, I've definitely noticed much better gains. So yeah, protein synthesis and as a natural and a beginner doing more frequency and less volume. So it makes sense logically, because if you're doing so much volume and you just started, like, you don't really know like how your body recovers. And so if you're just like killing a muscle, your body won't be able to recover. And because you're not on steroids, you don't have that aid. So it's better to start off with like less volume and just do, for me, example, I do 2 exercises and I do 3 sets each. So I do a total of 6 sets per body part. And then like after I hit it, then 36 to 48 hours. So I hit it every other day. And that's been working really well for me. My next point is track and count your calories. I think tracking and counting calories makes a huge difference. When I first started, for the first 60 days I did that, and I noticed like really consistent results. It was later I was starting to do more intuitive eating, so I wasn't tracking as much, and I felt as if that may have also stalled my progress, because I was just like based on how I felt. I was trying to eat as much as I can, but I remember when I was tracking calories, there would be times where I felt like I ate enough, but then I would check on my MyFitnessPal and I'd be like, holy shit, I still have like 700 calories left. So I would have to like get myself up, go outside, get some food, or like cook some food, or, you know, just find some food somewhere. So I think that made a really big difference, because when I was tracking, like every single day I was going up, or every single week. But when I started to go intuitive, I just felt like, yeah, I think I ate around like 3,000 calories today. I wasn't necessarily going up all the time, and I felt like I stalled at around 86 kilograms for the longest time. So that definitely made a really big difference. So tracking and counting macros. And then mentality. So the mentality that I've adopted over these 135 days to stay consistent is, well, firstly, I got a lot of inspiration from watching other fitness vloggers. I was watching pretty much all the fitness vloggers, YouTubers, informative as well as lifestyle, and I think that really helped me a lot to just sort of like, because in the beginning I didn't have belief that I could do it, and then I started watching Christian Guzman and that, and then I saw like their lifestyle and like they were making gains and stuff, and I went back to watch all their old videos, and then I went and actually purchased some Alphalete. I purchased like size M and L, and at the time I was size S, so that was kind of like very daring for me. When I got the t-shirt, when it arrived, I was like, holy shit, this is so big. I don't think I'm gonna feel this. And I was so tempted to return it back and get a size S. But, you know, after watching their videos, like I went back and watched them again, and I decided, nah, I am going to do this. I am going to fucking like learn as much as I can, do whatever it takes, and then I'll do it. So I think that's the mentality you gotta have. You gotta like make a decision. Like, yes, I am gonna do this lean bulk. I'm gonna commit to it. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I'm gonna study. If I hit plateaus or milestones, I'm gonna figure it out. And there's always a way around it, and it's simple. So basically, if you work out, you progressive overload, you learn the right technique, you learn the right form, you eat enough calories, you will get bigger. Like, you will get bigger, you will get stronger. I mean, there's obviously different methods and different techniques, but especially as like a noob, like I am, you just lift, eat, sleep, repeat, and you will for sure get bigger. So that's pretty much what I did. But the biggest thing that I had for my mentality was that I had to believe. And I think that really changed it for me, because as soon as I believed that I could do it, I just did it. And the fitness vloggers and the influencers helped a lot with that, because I was watching them every single day, and like they're kind of like manipulating you. They're like, you could do it, you could do it, you could do it. So yeah, that helped me a lot. Like, I really could do it. And then after I started, and then I hit that first kilogram away, and then the second kilogram, the third kilogram, it was like, you know, it started rolling, and I started hitting like milestone after milestone. And then when I first filled out the first medium t-shirt, it was like the best feeling in the world, because like I didn't think I could, because my frame was so narrow, and that t-shirt was like, when I first tried it was like hanging off. It was like literally like this, and I was like, what the fuck, I'm never gonna fill this out. But then when I did fill it out, and like the shoulders hit the lining perfectly, I was like, sweet, like I can do this. And then I bought some L, so then I ordered a lot of like size L from Gymshark, and I had the belief that I could do that. And then when I hit L, that was another like really big milestone for me. So yeah, going from size S to L has been just a really awesome experience. And the mentality is, you know, you really got to believe that you can do it, commit to it, and then commit to like doing whatever it takes. So studying as much as you can, learning as much as you can, watching videos, you know, nutrition as well, which is like so important. So like hitting your macros every day, hitting your calories every day. Yeah, just having that belief. And that's it, guys. So if you have any questions, then just put them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you. Cheers.